Here is 7-6 examples 1 and 2. We're going to put it on one video because they're kind of simple and kind of straightforward. Remember, we need to put the functions in parentheses. Simplify means collect like terms as much as possible. The book talks about a lot of restrictions as far as domain values and stuff, and we're skipping all those considerations, at least in this section. We will worry about domain and range in 7-7. So let's add f and g together in this one and subtract them together here. So we put in negative 2x plus 6 and then add 5x minus 7. There's nothing to cancel or simplify here, so we can just write it all out again. And on the notes, I changed the order here because of the commutative property, but we can do this on our own with a couple of underlines. So there's like terms with the x's. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3x. And there's like terms with the constants. 6 minus 7 is going to be negative 1. So that's going to be the addition of these two functions. And the subtraction, do the same thing but with a minus sign. And in this one, we have to remember subtracting a negative here is going to change this one, and subtracting 5x. So negative 2x plus 6, and this is going to be minus 5x. And subtracting a negative is adding, so it's going to be plus 7. So let's do like terms again. Negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7x. And 6 plus 7 is going to be plus 13. Okay? Let's do the same thing with a couple of different functions now, but let's multiply and divide these two. Now, if we really wanted to be technical, we can make sure you never want to divide by 0, so you never want to let this function g be 0. So we'd have to restrict numbers that whenever this function right here would be 0, we'd restrict it, but let's not worry about that. Okay, so we need to go, this is f times g, and this is f divided by g. So f times g is x squared plus 1 times x to the 4th minus 1. Look at that, two binomials. We just FOIL that out. Remember the product rule says x squared times x to the 4th is x to the 6th. And then we have, minus x squared plus x to the 4th minus 1. And we're done. Okay? F over g, on the other hand, x squared plus 1, and this is x to the 4th minus 1. We have to always look to simplify, and one of the ways to do that is to factor top and bottom when we're dividing. This is actually a difference of two squares. So this becomes x squared plus 1, and it's x squared plus 1, x squared minus 1 on the bottom. Remember, these are conjugates. They would multiply together and delete the middle terms, so that's why there's only two terms here. These two terms right here cancel, and we're left with just 1 over x squared minus 1. The book answer might be like this, or it might continue to factor the bottom, which is another difference of two squares. You could write it like that. I would say always simplify. So I would say that would be the final answer.